is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing A Make or Break Holiday, which originally aired on Saturday, December 20th on the Hallmark Channel and is currently available to stream on Hallmark Plus. Hey, hang out with us on Instagram over the holiday season. Keep up with the new episodes that continue to drop on Girls Gone Hallmark throughout the season. And you're going to want to stay tuned for the upcoming Countdown to Christmas bracket happening right around the new year.
We've forgotten already?
No, it's the second. We are Girls Gone Hallmark on Instagram.
Hey, if you have any thoughts on these movies, our review, Countdown to Christmas in general, now that we've kind of almost wrapped it up, email us. We are meganandwendy@gmail.com. Maybe we'll get a mailbag episode soon, perhaps.
Yes, there will be another mailbag episode coming out this week. And then just so everybody knows, any emails that come in will be on the first mailbag of the new year.
That's right. We're going to take a little break.
But keep them coming. Keep them coming, and we will get to them. We would love to read them. Why don't we kick off our discussion of A Make or Break Holiday with a synopsis?
A couple hosting Christmas decides to fake their relationship for their families after choosing to separate. Working together for the perfect holiday helps them remember why they fell in love.
A Make or Break Holiday was directed by Martin Wood. Although this is not a name we hear often around here, he does have 57 directing credits with projects like Sullivan's Crossing and Virgin River. His last few Hallmark projects include When Calls the Heart, Holidays, and Holiday Road.
This screenplay comes from the writing duo of Vanessa Morano and Danielle Morrow. Do these names sound familiar? Both were credited with writing Holiday Touchdown, A Bill's Love Story this year as well.
Hunter King stars as Liv. This marks Hunter's 31st acting credit. We saw her in a brief cameo during Holiday Touchdown, A Bill's Love Story, as well as herself on this season of Finding Mr. Christmas. Interesting note, she is in the forthcoming Don't Move, which is a thriller co-starring Lindsay Fonseca, and the screenplay was written and directed by McLean Nelson. This project is very clearly not for Hallmark.
Not for Hallmark at all, but it's so funny, like so many of the players.
Yeah, that's a good team.
I don't even know if it's like, is it a theatrical release? Is it a Lifetime? I don't know. I don't know, but I'm curious. Very curious. I know it's not your jam, but thriller is definitely my jam.
Yeah.
Evan Roderick plays Daniel. We last saw Evan in Providence Falls as Finn and last year in Leah's Perfect Gift. This movie marks his 22nd acting credit. You know, he also plays Arthur in the reboot of Aurora Teagarden, and I wonder what the status of that series is.
I think the Hallmark sleuthers are nervously biting their nails, wondering what's going to happen to mysteries in the new year.
Yeah, I would love some information because even our January lineup doesn't have one mystery in it, right?
Nope. Where are those two curious caterers we were promised?
Where are those
True Justice mysteries that were filmed?
That's it. I was like, what's that Ben Ayers vehicle? Yeah, True Justice. Yep.
Jennifer Juniper Angelo plays Daniel's mom, Maya. She has 49 acting credits and most recently appeared in Signed, Sealed, Delivered, A Tale of Three Letters.
Rourke Critchlow plays Liv's dad, Ed. You might have recognized him from his recent role as the mayor in The Christmas Cup. He also has played the role of Dr. Mike Horton in 635 episodes of Days of Our Lives.
It's a very familiar face in this house. Marley Walchuk plays Liv's mom, Tracy. She has 21 acting credits and most recently appeared as Dot in both seasons of The Chicken Sisters.
Megan, I was writing these notes and I was like, who TF is Dot?
She's just one of the town's ladies.
Ah, okay. I'm like, I watched season 1. I don't remember a Dot at all.
Yeah, she would have been at the drop at Shauna's house. You know, she's one of the gossipy ladies.
Yeah, sure. But she was in a ton of episodes, according to IMDb. So she must have just been in that background quite a bit.
Yeah, she's not a plot-driving character.
Got it. Linda Darlow plays Grandma. Linda has one, that's her actual
Credit.
title. Yeah, Grandma. Linda has 127 acting credits with previous Hallmark appearances in Nellie Knows Mysteries, A Fatal Engagement, Mystery on Mistletoe Lane, and Hanukkah on Rye.
Craig Gagan appears as Liv's brother Reed. Of course, Craig won this season of Finding Mr. Christmas, but I thought we'd share some of his resume. Craig has 18 previous acting credits with appearances in Rescue, High Surf, How I Met Your Father, and a Lifetime movie called A Lifeguard's Obsession.
Brittany Wilson plays Daniel's sister, Kim. Brittany has 82 acting credits with appearances in several of the morning show mystery series, Dater's Handbook, and also worth noting, she's the voice of the character Krista on the Audible podcast Middlebridge Mysteries, which is a Ken Mistletoe Murders Cooperus project. Total side note. Can I share?
Please.
As I was putting this note together, we had talked about Middlebridge Mysteries a while back when we were reviewing Mistletoe Murders.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember at all?
I just remember that it's the spin-off of Mistletoe Murders.
That's what I did not know. I knew it was a Ken Cooperus project. And I was like, oh, it would be great if he brought another show to Hallmark. I'm reading the synopsis. It's a spinoff of Mistletoe Murders. Here's the synopsis. Violet Wilner, in her first year of her criminology degree at Middlebridge University, finds herself drawn into mysterious circumstances as she navigates life away from Fletcher's Grove. Oh my God! I've been saying for months, I'm going to listen to Mistletoe Murders during the holiday break. And I'm like, now I have to listen to this too.
I know.
A Violet spinoff is too much for me to handle.
I know. It's an embarrassment of riches.
Totally. Okay. I'll stop fangirling. We can move on.
Let's take a quick break and come right back with our first impressions. Hey, Wendy, what was your first impression of A Make or Break Holiday?
Whoa, settle down, Hallmark. A couple buying a house and living together before marriage? Progressive.
My first impression is this might be the most aggressively meddlesome family Hallmark has ever assembled, and somehow they still managed to make the couple the problem.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. I can't wait to dive in. I agree with you about the family, but the hot take on the couple being the problem. Let's talk more about it.
I don't think the couple is the problem. I think the family is pointing at the couple being the problem.
Got it. I
don't think the couple is the problem. This family made me want to rage out on this, the 975th day of the Countdown to Christmas season. I have 700 things to do and no time in which to do it. My family is leaving on a staycation for 4 days. 6 days before Christmas. By the time this episode comes out, we'll be home, so you can't rob my house because we'll be back by then. My patience is zapped. I'm coming for you. A Make or Break Family Holiday Family. That's not even the title of this movie.
I had a feeling while I was watching it, I texted Megan. I was like, are you triggered by this family?
I did. I do have a lot of things I liked about this movie, though. So,
okay, let's get into that.
Let's just start at the beginning. I think Hunter King and Evan Roderick are as cute as can be.
They totally are. Love them together.
Yeah, that's a really nice pairing. I'm really drawn to Hunter King. I always have been. I like the way she talks.
Oh.
I find it very charming. But I know you love a little baby Tyler Hines energy from Mr. Evan Roderick.
You know what's funny is I am drawn to Evan Roderick, and I have always said, oh, he's like a baby Tyler Hines. Like, for me, this movie, for some reason, he has stepped into his own. I was like, give this man some more leading roles. I don't know if it was Providence Falls that like really made that turn out of baby brother of Tyler Hines, you know?
Yeah, tipped the scales for you.
Yeah. I really enjoyed him in this. I think he's very nice to look at, but actually also think he's a really great actor.
I totally agree with you. I thought they had a really nice, like, comfortable lived-in couple energy about them. I have so many things to say about their relationship, but I really enjoyed watching them. They were one of the absolute highlights of this movie for me. And in terms of their relationship, some beats that I liked the opening dating montage with their Instagram style photos.
Yep.
Telling the story of their relationship. And then really loved the callback to that at the end of the movie where those photos turned into videos as they were experiencing those memories together while they're trying to like mentally figure out their relationship.
No, they're great. They're
great.
super great together, and I love those things too. I thought in terms of their relationship, the newly together growing pains felt very real. And as a woman who has been married nearly 25 years, like I was taken back to those kind of feelings immediately while watching that. I mean, I thought this movie captured that phase of a relationship when you're still learning about each other and how a person does life, like how they handle stress, how they decorate, how they manage their day to day. Like all those like little irritations are super relatable.
Yeah, when she walks in and starts rearranging the little Christmas village.
Yes.
Look, when my husband and I were first married, we were trying to decide where to put our Christmas tree. And I'm telling you, that's the biggest fight we've had in the history of our marriage. And I went to work the next day and I was talking to someone about it and they were like, okay, but seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how important is this to you? I'm like, it's a 10. I'm not giving in. Like I'm absolutely correct about where the Christmas tree
Oh my God, you are a Hallmark movie waiting to happen. Okay.
But the idea, whether it's a Christmas tree or something else, I think it's very relatable that we kind of can get locked into those little things early in a relationship, early in living with someone. And now I'm like, whatever, just put the tree wherever you want. I don't care.
Yes, I do have moments too. Like, well, I mean, I am who I am. I like things done a certain way.
Sure, me
and
too.
when somebody doesn't fall in line and do the things that way, I am not happy about it.
Yeah.
It's just who I am. There are some things as I've gotten older that I'm like willing to let go. And so it was funny to watch like this young couple. And I was like, oh, they're going to have to figure out what they're willing to let go if they want to stay together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes.
You know?
Indeed.
So I think I enjoyed the overall story of that part of this movie.
I did too.
Let's be honest, the sister was the engine of this movie. She is the one who was, you know, driving the entire story, in my opinion.
Yes.
She like pushed the plot forward, stirred the pot. She delivered some funny moments when she and Daniel are out in front of the house and he sarcastically says something about like helping clean up and she's like, no way, I'm on vacation, bro. I was like, I laughed out loud. I did think the script had a lot of like millennial coded dialogue, which I enjoyed as a Gen Xer. Mm-hmm. That's what I am, right? Gen Xer, yeah. But just like, you know, I didn't watch Mary-Kate and Ashley, but I got the Mary-Kate and Ashley references.
Sure. I love the multiple Mary-Kate and Ashley references.
Yeah, there was a Lindsay Lohan reference that I got too. I thought those were all great and that those were indicators of like our writers being fairly young.
Yes.
It made me just curious when they were putting this script together, presenting it to Hallmark. Does Hallmark ever take pause and go, well, our demo might be a little bit older and not pick up these beats?
Yeah, that's a good question. But the other question to be asked is it okay if they don't, just for the recognition that you're going to get from your younger crowd? Because,
yeah,
you know, they don't take away from the movie if you don't understand the Mary-Kate and Ashley reference.
Right. Well, you know, in a weird 7 degrees of separation, of course, our writers, Vanessa Morano, was April Nardini on Gilmore Girls. Gilmore is filled with pop culture references of the time and older. And when my daughter watches it, a lot of these jokes don't land for her. like they do for me. It just is funny how it comes together where the writer once appeared on the show that was heavy in pop culture, and we have these pop culture references in this movie.
Yeah, for sure. I was just thinking about like the millennial coded comment. The oldest millennials are 45 years old this year. So I think sometimes we think like, oh, they're speaking to the youths, but they're middle aged. So
this is true. In my mind, in my old lady mind, I keep thinking millennials are like 25, and they're not.
No, they're not. Yeah, I think that may be very much their demo, that 45 to 60 crowd.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah, there it is. Speaking of pop culture references, did you love the Ross and Rachel conversation?
Did I even note the Ross and Rachel conversation?
Well, yeah, Daniel and his sister had a whole conversation about Ross and Rachel because it was not a whole conversation. It was basically defining what we're on a break. Wait, does that mean break up or break? It was very much Ross and Rachel.
Oh, yes.
But he was like, wait, you sided with Ross's on a break?
Oh, yes.
And not Rachel's on a break? Yeah, look, I loved it. It was coming fast and furious. This is right in my lane. I loved it.
Yeah, when they like smoothly sneak that stuff in. Look, I enjoyed Jonathan Bennett's cameo. I know it was silly and goofy and very on the nose, but of course he's going to be in the movie that Mr. Christmas is in. He has a funny moment yelling about the snow machine and who do you think you are, Mr. Christmas? He understood the assignment.
Yeah, that was great. Let's talk about Craig.
Okay.
Is he in your wishes?
Yeah.
Okay, he's in my wishes too, but I do have some likes. I do think I wanted more from him, much more than what he got, especially as the winner of the Finding Mr. Christmas. I got
like a whole monologue about it. Yep.
We'll talk about it in your wishes, but I do think that he had some lovely comedic beats.
Yeah.
There were some genuinely cute moments there. A lot of reactions, a lot of like face stuff. There was none of his signature whisper acting, which I appreciated.
I did notice, even when he has that finally kind of sincere moment with his sister, no whispering.
Yeah. I think he's only going to get better more time he has on screen, like on projects. He's going to get better.
Yeah, I liked Craig. Any of my complaints about what was happening with Craig really aren't related to him, and we'll get into it. I agree with you. I thought he was funny. I thought they had, as someone with a younger brother who can sometimes be like hard to, like, okay, no, now I need you to be serious. Like my brother's go-to is sarcasm in every instance. And so I kind of understood that vibe, and I liked when he finally locked in with her and had a real moment. And I liked his little partnership with Grandma. She adopted him as her little sidekick in shenanigans, and that was funny. His little side story about sleeping in the basement that we never see, also funny. Oh, sleeping on the couch is an option. It was fun.
Yeah. I have one more like. Mm-hmm. Actually, two more little likes. I loved the family competition game scene.
Me too.
There was a movie earlier this year that I was like, oh, that was so cheesy the way they did it. It would have been so much better if they did it like, oh my gosh, from a movie last year. And I can't even remember what they are right now. Sorry, guys, my brain is mush. But was The Date Before Christmas?
Was The Date Before Christmas.
Yeah. But I can't remember the movie earlier this.
I think it might have been The Christmas Cup.
Oh, that's what it was. Yes. Thank you. That's what it was. This is when it's done right.
Yeah, I thought it was really well executed. Time and thought was put into it. I really enjoyed the sliding on the sled underneath the Christmas lights.
Me too. The panic I had picturing me on that while watching that made me laugh out loud.
Me too, but how much did you love they have the tires at the end and they show the mom like just walking through it. She's just like stepping through the tires. No attempt to hustle through there. I was like, that would be me.
But you know what's interesting about that scene? That particular scene is like the mom and dad are kind of bitching at each other a little bit.
Yes.
And I feel like Liv, I feel like Liv like looked and was like, no, this is not what I want from my relationship. And in like a full like 180, the competition, her teammate Daniel, like there was a rhythm there. They could problem solve and strategize. They were showing up for each other. Like it reinforced the idea that they have a solid foundation.
I
And the other
love
stuff.
that take, because
Thank
I
you.
did bump on the dad when the mom came out of the tires. He was like, all right, like he was irritated with her. Like it wasn't like a
Yeah.
playful irritation. I almost felt like I had that feeling. I didn't project it onto them, which I should have, of like, ugh, I understand that that's sometimes the cliche of been married forever. We're irritated with each other, but love endures. You just stick around through the hard stuff. You just keep on going. Yeah, that actually reframes a lot of my thoughts on this movie.
Good. All right. Are you ready to talk wishes?
Yeah.
Let's get into the Craig of it all. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, and I told you before you had seen the movie, my thoughts are they did not give Craig nearly enough to do. All season long of Finding Mr. Christmas, people have said, I don't understand. We don't have a Christmas movie starring the winner. We knew that. We knew the leads of every movie. And you and I kind of talked like before we knew what it was going to be. You thought maybe it would be the Christmas baby. Maybe the winner would play the brother, that would make sense. I'm okay with the winner of the show not being the lead of a movie, particularly on the tight turnaround of like the winner of Finding Mr. Christmas, then you got to produce the movie. That person may not be the perfect fit for that lead role. And then you're like resting all your hopes and dreams on this person making it work. But I was hoping we were going to get a supporting character in the vein of Danny Pellegrino in Deck the Walls, where he is basically a co-star with Wes Brown, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. He has his own storyline. He has his own comedic beats. In this movie, 90% of what Craig was asked to do was react. He was reacting to grandma, reacting to the sister, reacting to the shenanigans, react. He has one, maybe two moments where he gets to actually engage. And I feel like there's a lot of, because the Hallmark fans love to have an opinion, I think there's some contention.
As do we.
Yes.
As do we.
I know. But I feel like some of them are coming from a real negative place. We're posting a lot of footage from some interviews we did on set at the reunion, and everyone's like, should have been this person. I don't like this about them. And I'm like, be quiet. These are people that you're talking about with eyes and ears. Anyway, because people like to have an opinion, I feel like this is just going to add fuel to the fire, because most people aren't going to do the additional thinking like, oh, he wasn't given a lot to do. They're just going to think he didn't do a lot. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like maybe he wasn't as set up for success as he could have been. What do you think?
That's a very neutral take, I think.
Oh.
You're not wrong. I absolutely agree. I do wish they gave him more substance. And especially when you say like his role was basically to react. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't get his own lane at all. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't know how I feel, and this is obviously we're not talking about Finding Mr. Christmas, but there has been a lot of confusion about the prize for Finding Mr. Christmas.
Yes.
I'm not going to split hairs. Is it a leading role? Is it a co-starring role? Is it a supporting role? To me, this role was a supporting role.
Yes.
But doesn't matter because, like you said, there's just been so much criticism about, well, these guys aren't ready enough for a leading role, but why are they promoting that the prize is a lead role? Like, does it matter? It might matter to Craig, right? But like, does it matter to us, the viewing audience? No,
I think you're right. I don't think it matters. And I don't care that it wasn't the leading role. I just feel like I just wish they had given him more to do. I think Craig is capable of more. And when you look at the role that the sister had in this movie, she had a much more significant role, a much more emotionally connected role. I know Craig is the comedy guy, but I just think he could have done more. I was excited to see more from Craig. I actually even DM'd him last night and was like,
Did you?
Yeah, he did not respond because I said, having seen the movie, I can confidently say they should have given you more to do because he was promoting the movie. And I said, hopefully there's a second movie in the works.
I hope there is too. I think he's funny. I think they could have given him something meatier. Meteor.
Yes.
It sounded like meteor.
Yeah. I pick up what you're putting down there. What other wishes
Anyway.
do you have?
Well, I wish this movie didn't feel so contentious the entire time. This is my biggest hang up. We have talked about it. The parents were a lot, like actually terrible at times. I thought they were rude and dismissive and for me, uncomfortable to watch. Mm-hmm. It felt like it tipped the tone from regular holiday tension that everybody deals with into why are these adults behaving so badly? Mm-hmm. We had a movie like this last year too. I think it was Christmas with the Sings, where the parents were so terrible. And I was like, yikes, like this is not, I'm always a big proponent of wanting like relatable Hallmark movies. This is what I don't want. I don't want this much relatability.
Yes, because some of these storylines, I was like, does Vanessa Morano listen to our podcast? And has she heard me complain about people having an opinion on our Christmas dinner? Because when they were like, well, if it's not the Gobbler Farms turkey, Christmas is ruined. In that moment, as I'm watching this movie, my husband is getting a phone call from a family member about what we're serving for Christmas. And that person is having an opinion about what we're serving for Christmas and offering some suggestions. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? So when they were doing that, I was like, back off, mom and dad. It's not your place. Like, would you ever presume to show up to someone's house on Christmas and suggest that they were doing it wrong?
No.
Talk to your husband about it privately, fine. But getting in someone's face and suggest no, it sent me to the moon.
Yeah, I bet. I have a couple more wishes. Can I get to them? Mm-hmm. I wish the synopsis better matched the actual trope that we got. Going into this movie, to me, I thought they were fake dating, which is a trope I love. Give me a fake date, right? But here we got instead like a couple who is gritting their teeth and trying to survive the holiday that they have committed to. And that's just different.
Yeah, there's no cute moments when you have with fake dating where you're like, oh, let's hold hands to try and, let's have this fake romantic moment that leads to a real romantic moment. There's none of that.
Yeah. And to me, obviously, I'm watching it and I was like, look, these two could have like cleared this up super early on. All they needed was a conversation.
That feeds into one of my biggest wishes is, as I was about 15 minutes from the end of the movie, I was kind of unclear about how they were realistically going to end up together because it just felt like they failed to communicate this entire time. And while I did find the resolution satisfactory, I felt like what they were saying made sense. When they finally figured it out, when they finally had a conversation, I was in on them staying together. It felt to me like there was something here worth saving. They just couldn't get on the same page. And once they realized, like, we just need to talk to each other, I'm good. But to me, like you said, I think it took a little bit too long for them to acknowledge what the problems were and name their own flaws, so to speak.
Yeah. I thought there were two roles that were tailor-made for some Finding Mr. Christmas cameos.
Oh.
There was a waiter. The delivery guy, and there was a waiter at a restaurant. And I was like, man, these would have been perfect and a nice little wink and nod to your Finding Mr. Christmas audience.
Uh-huh.
Especially like even some dudes from last year would have been great to like pop up in here. Or, maybe our runners up from this year. It would have been great.
Yeah, that's a great point. In fact, the delivery guy, they focused on his face so much that I actually looked up who he was to see if it was someone
anyone
interconnected in this universe. I mean, he's an actor, but it wasn't significant to this group of people.
Yeah, I thought so too. Especially, I was like, why are they showing him so much? And I was like, wait, is that somebody I need to know?
Yeah.
And then my thought process was, well, if it's just a regular actor, this would have been so fun.
Yeah. Maybe they
Rustin
hoped
or
for
Angel
that.
in that
Oh my
role.
gosh, that would have been amazing. Amazing.
Anyway.
I have one more wish. At the accidental proposal, when Grandma pulls the gift out of the closet, Daniel needed to grow a pair and say, no, we're not doing that right now. That's for later. That's all you needed to do. And
he got bullied into giving the gift.
Yeah, and it puts Liv in a really uncomfortable position to have that reveal. He has so many opportunities to stop it. I get that then the movie doesn't drive forward. But when she's going through that and opens up the engagement ring at a place in their relationship with her, I just felt like that was a real gut punch of a move.
Yeah, agree.
Hey, let's talk. Did you see that?
I have several.
Let's hear them.
First of all, the Hallmark pillows that they had on their couch. Those are the same pillows I have on my couch, and I love them so very much. It's a little house and a dog.
So cute.
Love them, love them, love them. I was so afraid that my own dogs were going to think those were like chew toys, and they have not. So,
excellent.
Yeah, I love those little pillows. Right out the gate, Nutella.
My gosh, they don't even wait a beat.
No, I know. I was like, geez, Louise, okay, we get it. But, it at least it wasn't like, King's Hawaiian. Like, they're not like talking about it.
No,
It's just there, but it's like that, the money shot of the Nutella. It's like, oh, okay, here we go.
Indeed.
Here we go. My other couple, did you see that, are the candy game, the candy passing game as they read that book. I've never seen a game like that before.
Oh, I have.
That's fun.
Yeah, I've seen it done differently. Not everyone has something like you're passing like maybe one or two things. So like you might not end up with something.
Like hot potato, but reverse.
Yeah. I've seen different versions of that. Yes. My mother-in-law brought that to play one year.
I think that's fun. I think that's super fun.
Back to the ring. If you notice the way that box was wrapped, that's what we call a soap opera box in our house, where either like the lid and the box are wrapped separately, or in this case, it's not even sealed. Like the flaps are completely wrapped so that you don't need to tear the paper to open it. I don't know if you noticed, but the wrapping remains intact. I just find it amusing. You often see it in television shows where rather than ripping the paper, like the lid of the box and the bottom of the box are wrapped separately. So you just take the lid off.
Oh, gotcha.
For multiple takes.
Yeah.
We talked about some of the pop culture references, but there are so many. Grandma references the Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yes.
They reference the E on the Van Zant podcast, which I thought was hilarious.
Oh, I didn't catch that at all.
Oh, yeah. Craig, as Reed, says, yeah, Grandma subscribed me to the E on the Van Zant podcast when she's like, oh, that was really emotionally mature. Daniel says you'd be amazed what you can find on OfferUp at 3 a.m. And I loved the Leah's Perfect Gift callback on the TV guide when they're looking for something to watch. It's right there.
I did not see it.
Yeah. Just they're on the TV and there's Leah's Perfect Gift, another Evan Roderick joint. The Hallmark multiverse is alive and well in that moment.
Love that.
And then just back to your first impression, we really got to acknowledge that they had an unmarried, unengaged even couple living together, sharing a room, although I find it hilarious that he sleeps on the floor as they're broken up.
Why?
Because just share the bed. My gosh.
But they're mad at each other.
I know.
They can't be in the same bed. I don't know.
I would also like to point out that when they do the mistletoe wreath in the beginning, that's not mistletoe. Mistletoe berries are white. Holly berries are red.
Always. Always.
Do they just do it so people have something to talk about?
Perhaps.
Oh, also there's a Real Housewives reference in this movie.
Ah, yes, there is.
Games never go well. Trust me, I watch the Real Housewives. Give me more. Just feed me the pop culture references. Well, what did you rate A Make or Break Holiday?
I gave it 3.75 stars.
Oh, I gave it 3.5 stars. Thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Con Hallmark, a Bramble Jam podcast. If you love this podcast, we absolutely love your 5-star ratings and reviews. Drop them in the Apple Podcast app, and we'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.